Hey YouTube family, this is Professor Green coming with another segment of Color of Truth where we unveil the real color of all truth. Today I want to entitle this video, Don't Fall for the Okie Doke or Diversionary Tactics. Now I want to talk about diversionary tactics as, in my opinion, as it relates to all of these new rallies that former President Trump is starting to conduct all around the country. I don't want you to be deceived, family, because it's only a diversionary tactic. Not the Illuminati, but the oligarchs, the ruled by many, only by a few, and the power elite of society, the people that you don't even know about. A lot of people talk about Illuminati. If you know about the Illuminati, then it ain't the Illuminati. Classifies the power elite, the 1% of people who have more wealth than almost the entire 99% of the entire globe. I'm going to say that one more again. There's a power elite. And these power elites are the ones that pull the strings of every president. They're the behind the scene people. The people who have the old money are classified as the blue bloods of society. See, you have those people who are the capitalists, the real bourgeoisie. See, we use the terminology, and when I say we, I'm talking about in the African American culture. I can only speak about only my culture. You bougie, you acting bougie if you're trying to have something, or if you don't bubble with certain people, then it's classified as you acting bougie. But the bourgeoisie is the capitalists of society. Those that have the means of production, those that have wealth, those that have vast amount of lands, who own factories. If you don't own any of those, if you don't own vast amount of land, if you don't have wealth, not rich, we'll do a video later on of the differentiation between being rich and being wealthy. If you don't own factories, you don't have the means of production, then guess what, y'all? You're not bougie. But back to the diversionary tactic. Once upon a time, about 10, maybe 15 years ago, I was the youth coordinator of the SCLC chapter here in Savannah under the tutelage and under the mentorship of Pastor Carl Gillard, who is now Representative Carl Gillard. And one year he brought down Isaac Ferris King, who is Dr. King's nephew. I believe that's Bernice King's son. During this time, Isaac Ferris King was head over the SCLC, all the chapters. Now, SCLC kind of died out, but SCLC is the Southern Christian Leadership Conference that was started by Dr. King. Here's a picture of me with Isaac King Ferris, so just in case, right there, that's him in the middle. You can't hardly see it, but it's a glaze. And my little SCLC shirt right there, trying to help revive the chapter. So anyway, he brought an attorney with him who talked about diversionary tactics. And this attorney was an attorney from Texas. And I remember when he taught me this term, it always stuck with me and resonated. And he used, during the time of the Clinton administration, what he called the Monica Lewinsky scandal. A lot of you, if you're not old enough to know, but if you do know, President Clinton was caught in the Oval Office having oral sex done to him by somebody that worked in his office called Monica Lewinsky. And it was a big scandal, and they moved to impeach Clinton. You can go back and research it, and I'll also put some information about it in the description. Well, while everybody was in a hoorah about impeaching Clinton, behind the scenes, what I like to say under the cover of darkness, they was changing laws, rewriting policies. And one of the things they did is during around 2004 or 5, right before 2008, when the housing bubble happened. So he explained to us, this attorney, I can't remember his name, but he explained that there was something called the Glass-Steagall Act that stopped banks from predatory lending on consumers who wanted to buy homes or wanted to have mortgages. Well, when the Monica Lewinsky scandal broke and everybody was focusing their attention on Clinton with the scandal, they repealed the Glass-Steagall Act, which created the big housing bubble of 2008, 2009. So the when Obama administration came in, that administration bailed out a lot of the banks. They bailed out the automobile dealerships. They bailed out a whole bunch of people down in that administration. Well, the banks were supposed to, in turn, savage what was going on with people foreclosing and people losing their homes, provide education, provide other types of subsidies and loans to help people keep their houses or their homes. But what did the banks do? Big bank ate little bank. That ain't just a song. Big bank began to eat little bank. And when big bank began to eat little banks, a lot of banks closed down. And the banks, a lot of top executives ran off with millions of dollars of bailout money and did nothing for the people. And it was this big old housing bubble that burst. And under the Glass-Steagall Act, they wasn't supposed to predatory lend. You were supposed to get proper education. People was buying $300,000 and $400,000 home on a $30,000 and $40,000 salary. I always like to say living champagne lifestyles on beer budgets. And then they couldn't afford it. They implemented balloon payments, adjustable arms. So you may start out with a $1,200 mortgage and then your payment will balloon to $2,500 or $3,000. I'm saying this to say that, and a lot of people lost their home and created a big housing bubble, which we're still trying to come back from that now in the United States. But it doesn't matter because the housing market, those capitalists will do nothing but even if you was on your 29 and a half or 29 and 1 day short of a 30-year mortgage but finished paying for it, they could take your house. And then take your house and sell it to somebody else and restart a whole nother 30-year mortgage. Same game, different players. And so now, fast forward to today, you see Trump rallying. It's a diversionary tactic. Be careful of what's going on behind the scenes. Family, make sure you look and pay attention at the policies, at the laws that's being changed, while everybody focusing on Trump, while everybody focusing on all these other diversionary tactics. Under the cover of darkness, don't fall for the okie doke. Comment, like, share. Color of Truth.